In this video, I'm going to tell you how can you post top 10 news headlines and share it with your team which is sitting on Slack channel using OpenAI, which is an artificial intelligence and deployment company that helps you in generating human-like content. So first I'm going to schedule it. Let's say this workflow is going to run every day at a particular time, and then with the help of OpenAI, we are going to generate the top 10 news headlines, and then we are going to share the same with our team sitting on Slack. How can we do so? For this, you will have to set up some integration between the two applications, and the same thing can be done using Pabbly Connect software. Here your trigger application would be schedule, and then your action applications would be OpenAI and Slack. Now, how can you do this yourself? Integrate and automate this entire process yourself. To understand that, let me take you to my screen. To begin with the process, we are first going to type the URL pabbly.com/connect, and as we do that, here we have reached the landing page of this software. On the right hand side, we can see two options, sign in and sign up for free. So if you are an existing user, simply sign in. If you are a new user, click on this tab, sign up. It won't take more than 2 minutes, and also at the time of account creation, you will get 100 free tasks. So now I'm going to click on sign in. And as I do that, here we have reached the All Apps page where we are going to click on Access Now for Pabbly Connect. And here we have reached the dashboard of this application. Again, on the right hand side, you can see a tab, Create Workflow. Let's click on this. And this dialog box has appeared which is asking us to name this workflow. Now here my objective is to post top 10 news headlines to Slack channel using OpenAI. So every day at a particular time, I should be able to send the top 10 news headlines to my team which is sitting on Slack. So I'm going to click on create here. As we do that, here we have reached another window which has got two extremely important events. One is trigger, another one is action. Triggers and actions are basically those two principles or concepts on which this entire automation works. Trigger is when this happens, and action is do this. Basically, action here is the response of our trigger application. Now, as per this integration, first I have to schedule. So I'm going to choose my trigger application as schedule, where how often do you want your workflow to run? So I want it to run every day. Now let's say I want it to run at exactly 8 o'clock. So it's 8 o'clock in the morning, and now I'm going to click on save. So once done, here we can see that the response has been received. Post this, what do I want? I want the top 10 news. So I'm going to use OpenAI for the same. This is my application. And the action event here would be to generate content. Let's click on connect. Here Pabbly Connect is asking to connect itself with the OpenAI account. So I'm going to click on add new connection. And now to set up this connection, we need the API key. And how can we receive this? For this, first we have to log into our OpenAI account, and then we are supposed to click on this hyperlink. So I've already logged in here. So let me show you the OpenAI website. So this is the OpenAI website, and here you can see API. So I'm going to click on this. So we all know that OpenAI is an extremely intelligent artificial intelligence and deployment company that helps you in creating content just like human does. So it can create images, it can create text, and now here you can create or build next generation applications with OpenAI's powerful models. Now here I'm going to click on login. So once logged in, this is the dashboard of the application. Now I'm going to take you back to Pabbly Connect, and here I'm going to click on this hyperlink. As soon as I do that, here you can see a tab, create new secret key. I'm going to click on this, and our API key has been generated. I'm going to copy this, go back to Pabbly Connect and paste this over here. So once done, let's click on save. So here you can see that Pabbly Connect is now connected with OpenAI, and here we have to fill in this information. Now to understand what this is, I'm going to take you back to my OpenAI account, and here this is the dashboard. Here I'm going to take you directly to Playground, and as per the name suggests, this is an extremely interesting space where you can create content which is as easy as eating a piece of cake. Let me show you how. So when I say write a story on a flower, so as soon as I do that and I click on submit, so here is the magic. It has automatically started generating a story, and the best part is that here you can actually control the length of the response that you are receiving. So here we can see that once upon a time there was a beautiful flower who lived in a small garden in the middle of a small town. The flower was very special because it was the only one of its kind in the entire world. So it has a beautiful start, and this is definitely going to help all the content creators over there to save a lot of time. Now let's throw some light on the various features it has got. So first of all, we have got the mode where we have the complete, insert and edit mode. Then we have the model. So here we have got various models, but we usually go for Text Da Vinci 003, as this is the most capable model in the GPT-3 series. It can perform any task the other GPT-3 models can. It can process up to 4,000 tokens per request. So we usually go for this. Now the temperature, basically it controls randomness. So here, as the temperature approaches 0, the model will become deterministic and repetitive, and as it approaches 1, then it is going to produce random responses. Then comes the maximum length. So maximum length here is the maximum number of tokens to generate. So one token is roughly 4 characters for normal English text, and here you can request and it can use up to 2048 to 4000 tokens, but the exact limit varies by model to model. Then comes the stop sequence. Now this is extremely important because as soon as we provide the stop sequence, the API would stop generating further tokens. So here let's say the stop sequence is // and single hashtag. So I'm going to add this. Then we have top P, frequency penalty. What is frequency penalty? It decreases the model's likelihood to repeat the same verbatim, and presence penalty increases the model's likelihood to talk about new topics. Then here it can generate multiple completions server side and display only the best. So you can go up to 10. So if I say that I want the best of 3, so first it is going to provide us 3 responses, and then out of those 3 it is going to provide us the best one. So once we have understood this, there is one more thing. As I click on view code, so here you can see prompt. Prompt means this is the instruction that you provide, and this here is the instruction. So the prompt is extremely important whenever you want to generate content through OpenAI. So once you have understood this, I'm going to take you back to Pabbly Connect, and here we are going to fill this information. So first of all, the model. So this is the model. Now prompt. So my prompt here is write top 10 news headlines. Now since through this workflow I wish to share the top 10 news headlines with my team sitting on Slack every day, I have actually written this in a static way, which means I have written this manually. So once this is done, what is the maximum number of tokens? So it is, let's say, 250. Then we have got the sampling type. So it is temperature sampling because it will help us in receiving random responses. Then the sampling value. So here the sampling value, presence penalty and frequency penalty, I'm going to leave this blank so that it can take the default values. Now the stop sequence, it is // single hashtag. So once done, how many do I want to generate? I want to generate 3 responses. So I'm going to write 3, and let's click on save and send test request. So once done, here we have received the API response. So this here is the response that we have received. These are the top 10 news. And now what do I want? That my team, which is sitting on Slack, which is a social messaging app, should be updated. So I'm going to go down, add another action step over here. And this time the action step is Slack. This is the application. Let's click on this. So what would be the action event? It would be to send channel message. Let's click on connect. So here I have already logged into my Slack account. So I'm going to click on add new connection and now connect with Slack. Now to set up this connection, we need to provide the token type, which is here going to be user. Why? Because when I'm sending messages to my team, so I may want to send some images or videos, etc. That is why it is important to select user. Let's click on save. So here Pabbly Connect is requesting permission to access the Pabbly Slack workspace. I'm going to click on allow. So here we can see that the authorization has been successful. So once this is done, now I'm going to map this information. First of all, the channel. To understand that, first let me take you to my Slack account. So this is my Slack account. So once we have selected the workspace, this is how it's going to open up. Here I have got different channels, and right now I have created a new channel, Top 10 News. So here you can see that you can create your own channel by clicking on this plus icon. Now I'm going to take you back to Pabbly Connect, and here what is the name of the channel? Top 10 News. And now the message. So the message here would be, dear all, the top 10 headlines for the day. Okay, let me add news headlines. Okay, the top 10 news headlines for the day are as under. Okay, and now I'm going to map this information. How do I map this? I go to step 2 and then I click on choices 0 text. So these are all the headlines. Once we have received this, I'm going to go down here and click on save and send test request. So once this is done, here we have received the API response, which basically means that this integration process is a complete success. So this is the message text, right? So now I'm going to take you to my Slack account to see if we have received the message, and yes, here we have received the message. So I hope this is absolutely clear to you. I'm going to take you back to Pabbly Connect to understand the process. So again, this is an extremely easy integration where the trigger application is schedule and the event was every day. Then our action application was OpenAI, where we had decided to generate content, and our final action application was Slack, where we had to send channel message. I hope this is absolutely clear to you. If in case you have any doubt, you can refer to the workflow which is given in the video description. You can also clone the same and start to process immediately. Apart from this, if you have any specific integration that you wish to work on, you can always write to us. Not only this, but you can integrate multiple applications using Pabbly Connect software. To ask any of your query, you have to write at forum.pabbly.com. You can also visit our website, which is www.pabbly.com/connect. To get all the details about the latest updates, the integrations and applications, you can visit our Facebook group. If in case you have found this video helpful, then do not forget to share this with your friends and colleagues so that they can also get into automation and make their life easy. I'm going to see you very soon with different integrations and automations. Do not forget to like, share and subscribe. Take care of yourself.